Okay, I figured it out. Okay. Okay, I figured it out. So, I was lied to. I need more points. More trust points with him. So, we're going to take a little Mojave tour before we go any further. Let's see. So make a safe house. It's like right around here. Oh, it's a reaver. Wonderful. It's pretty good. He's got a plasma defender. Yeah, pretty good. You sure can see from a good distance away. Glowing, glowing, gone. The things I do for completion. Here it is.
A vertibird. Interesting. It's been a long time since I've seen one of these.
When was that?
Huh. Good question. Must have been in a book. I need to talk to you about something.
Here we go.
If you have a minute.
Sure.
Any day now? Caesar's going to try to march across Hoover Dam and kick NCR out of the Mojave. We're getting caught up in something important out here. Hell, after how you handled Benny, you're practically right in the middle of all this.
Kinda am.
I know I'm just along for the ride, but it's made me think about the past and how I might be able to help out.
What are you talking about?
I wasn't always with the followers, or with the NCR. My late father was an officer in a group called the Enclave. A remnant
Dun,
of
dun,
America's pre-war government. Memories
Yeah,
being
those
shorter
oh
out
so
here,
subtle
not a lot
hints
of
you were
people remember
dropping.
them.
Oh, a vertibird.
But they
Oh,
did bad
plasma
things.
weapons. Oh, your eyebot's
Terrorized
familiar.
communities, kidnap people. Eventually someone stopped them. I was born a few years later at a military base on the coast, a place called Navarro.
Where'd they go?
A lot of different places. I only know what I was told. Some of them were cut down by the NCR and the Brotherhood. Some of them went east. My mother never told me what happened to my father, but she and I went south with some others and integrated into the NCR. When the NCR learned that Enclave personnel had integrated, we kept moving to the fringes. It's one of the reasons why I wound up out here.
What happened?
After the Enclave's command structure fell apart, it was only a matter of time before Navarro was overrun by NCR forces. My mother and I left with some of the troopers from my father's old unit, the same people I've kept in contact with over the years. Anyone who didn't get out was killed by the NCR. Even some of the ones who escaped were eventually hunted down by the Brotherhood of Steel.
Where are you going?
The Enclave did a lot of bad things, but there were good people at Navarro. Good people with a lot of experience. Not many of them are alive anymore, but I think they can make a difference in the fight against Caesar.
Want to help NCR?
That's a hard question to answer. I know I don't want the Legion to take Hoover Dam. So militarily, yes, I want them to help NCR. If possible, I'd like to figure out a way to help the NCR win Hoover Dam without holding New Vegas.
Say no more.
Great. I'd like you to talk to the old-timers, the remnants. I don't think I could convince them by myself. To them, I'm still a kid. But you're a big part of what's happening out here. When you talk to them, they'll understand how important this all is. I've kept in contact with them over the years, so I know where you can find them. But I doubt they'll open up to you unless I come along. I know I'm not always the most serious guy around, but this means a lot to me. Thanks.
I think the only person more serious than you so far is freaking Boone. Alright, come on, buddy. Tesla beaten prototype. Alright, so we're gonna do that. Ask Judah Krieger to come where be this? Oh wow. They're frickin' everywhere. In the furthest motel room.
Hey there.
I'm guessing it's the one upstairs. I had an Enclave guy living next to me.
Fine weather for flying. It's times like these that make me miss it all.
Arcade asks, what do you do here?
I help folks strip down the more complicated bits of salvage they bring in. The bits and pieces we...
Cool. Did you fly for NCR?
For? No, not exactly.
Yeah. You were a pilot?
Vertibird pilot.
You just gave yourself away. Arcade asked me to find you.
Told you everything about us, did he? Well, it's been a while since I've had my hands on the controls of a vertibird. There's a chance I could crash us in the middle of Lake Mead. That place seems to attract aircraft for some reason. But if I get one more chance to fly, count me in. I'll be there. My part of the passphrase is dear.
How would you like working for the Enclave?
I was never happier than when I was in the cockpit. I was able to go just about anywhere and everywhere, limited only by the fuel I could carry. There were more than a few missions where I took the scenic route home just so I could stay in the air. Caught hell for it every time, but worth it. Some of the things we did were questionable, I know. That's just how it was back then. Figure I've done enough good to make up for any sins, anyhow.
Okay.
Watch your six out there.
Well, since we're in Novak anyway, let's drop all this stuff off.
Since my mother died, Daisy's been the only woman in my life. She was the only other woman close to my father, too. She flew him out on over a dozen missions, including his last. I've always been close to Daisy. There have been some good men along the way, but lovers make poor confidants. Daisy never had children of her own, so she was always there to listen. Being in the Enclave didn't mean much to her. She just loved to fly. It broke her heart to be grounded.
Blah, 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 blah.
As screwed up as it sounds, at least she was a part of something. If you spent the first half of your life flying Enclave troopers in a vertibird, I suppose picking over pre-war rocket parts doesn't quite compare.
Great. Let's go to my room, just down the aisle over here. Is it the old guy? With Rex's brain?
Bother someone else. I don't want anything to do with you.
It is.
Is there something else I can do for you?
How goes your research?
Promising, but I won't be able to synthesize the drug anytime.
Anyway, getting the band back together.
I'm intrigued, so I'll go to this reunion. I'll be handing things over to Calamity, so talk to her if anything comes up. Oh, you'll need my word from the passphrase to get into the bunker. Friends. Don't forget it.
What's up? Doc Henry always was a hard one to figure out. It didn't seem to matter whether he was working with humans or dogs. He had an equal lack of affection for both.
Cool.
Knowledge is power, but to what end
God,
for
it's
Henry,
well.
I have no idea. He simply solved riddles because they existed.
His work was what mattered.
Not everyone dreams of being a revolutionary, I suppose. Maybe it's enough just to do good for the short time that we're here. But he's probably saved more lives than I ever will.
Alright, next.
Same robots on the strip. I seen one or two of them roll.
You don't strike me as someone down on their luck.
Getting the band back together.
Hello, Arcade. Making some new friends, are you? Why the need for a bunch of old war horses like us?
Would be the element of surprise.
Swooping in on a vertibird, guns blazing? Haven't done that in years, but all right, I'm in. None of this means a thing if the rest of the group doesn't show up, though. Oh, and you'll need my part of the passphrase to get into the bunker. Navarro.
Tell me about the old days.
I miss those days sometimes. We all had a purpose, you know? I admit that some of the folks in charge were pretty ruthless. The rest of us, though, we were just trying to civilize things. The NCR was still new, and it didn't look like they'd last all that long. Then we lost the oil rig, and shortly after that, the base at Navarro. Nobody left except us remnants.
What happened to the Enclave?
Internal sabotage took down the oil rig. Never did get the full story. The NCR took out Navarro, saying we posed a threat to the region.
Tell me about your squad.
I was the officer in charge, and Johnson and Moreno were my heavy hitters. Henry handled tech things, and Whitman flew the chopper. Johnson and Moreno never got along, and I had my hands full keeping those two apart some days. It was a difference in philosophy, mostly. Mercy was not part of Moreno's vocabulary.
See ya.
Uh-huh.
Past town time to time.
Judah Krieger is the glue that's kept us all together over the years, and with good reason. Anyone who can command Moreno and Johnson in the same unit without somebody getting fragged is one hell of a leader. Krieger was polite and kind, but never warm. He always did his best to make me feel welcome in the group. I think he did it out of a sense of loyalty to my father. Loyalty means a lot to Judah. Not loyalty to the Enclave, or even the ideals they fought for, but to the people who served with him.
I'm loyal to you too.
Sometimes I wonder how much of my father they see in me. They went through a lot together, but my family went through it too. I'm glad they've watched out for me all these years. Maybe someday I can return the favor.
Okay. 2 more. Actually, Gunrunner's is closest. One of these houses. Like, these guys have hidden themselves pretty well. Like, I didn't even remember an Enclave person lived down a few rooms from you in the freaking same hotel.
Looks like I forgot to lock the doors again. If you're with the NCR, get out. This place is mine, and I'm not leaving.
Looking for you.
In a while, Arcade. So, what's the point of all this? Can't find any younger mercenaries?
Your advanced level of tech could be useful in settling things between the NCR and the Legion.
Is that right? The million-dollar question is, who exactly are we settling?
Do you have a preference?
I wouldn't mind cutting down a few platoons of NCR troopers with my old Gatling laser.
Are coming or what?
Oh, I'll come. But depending on the plan, I might not be staying. Keep that in mind. Arcade might have mentioned there's a passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My part is remember.
And what was your job?
Heavy weapons trooper. Nothing better
I
than
killed
closing down a
scores
target with an
of
excess
people like you
bullets and laser
in DC.
fire. By the time I got through with things, not much was left standing. Any morons who didn't run when they saw me coming got what they deserved. Back then, it was war. If we'd been on the winning side, I'd be called a hero.
What do you have against NCR?
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. The NCR makes a habit out of wrecking homes. I came out here to get away from them. Didn't work out so well. Next thing I know, I'm squatting in their land. Never mind that I already been living here for years.
What do you do? Retired. What did you do before you retired?
I was a soldier.
Okay.
What's up?
Here we go.
Moreno took the fall of the Enclave hard. He never questioned his orders, never questioned the legitimacy of what the Enclave was doing. To him, it was all one unbroken chain, from Washington to Richardson. When we left Navarro, I remember looking up at Moreno. He said, "Kiss America goodbye, boys." When we left the Enclave behind, the love in him burned itself out. Now there's just a bitter old man left.
Don't be too hard on him.
I suppose you're right. When you're part of something for that long, maybe it's impossible to let go without losing part of yourself. Moreno may be a stubborn son of a bitch, but at least he's loyal.
Okay. And finally, it's a little southwest of Vault 34. Oh boy. Really? Alright, let's get out of here. Ah! Cannibal Johnson. I don't know if he's actually a cannibal. I don't remember. Oh! Ow.
Well, it's about damn time. What took you... Oh.
Elder Lyons! Ah! Oh?
I've been in the Reaper's shadow for a long time now, and I thought he'd finally showed up to collect. He's just mocking me now.
Getting the band back together.
Thought I recognized the fellow with you. So what's this reunion all about then?
We're gonna resolve the conflict.
Well, now there's an interesting idea. Do a bit of good before we're all dead and forgotten. You can count me in. Oh, and in case Arcade forgot to mention it, there's a 5-word passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My word is Auld. Appropriate, huh?
If I had to pick anyone who didn't belong in the Enclave, it would definitely be Johnson. He hated what the Enclave was doing. Day to day, week to week, he would question orders, subvert mission objectives, do anything he could to serve without serving. It's amazing he was never court-martialed. He always had good things to say about my father. Said I was like him in a lot of ways. I wish I knew.
I'm sure he'd be proud.
I wonder if he would. It's pointless, I know, but sometimes I wonder what he wanted me to be. Maybe being a doctor in the middle of Nevada wasn't exactly what he had in mind for his little boy.
Okay, let's get to the bunker. We're gonna get swarmed by cazadors here. Or just buffalo.
Some way to get my stories to the masses.
Oh no! There. Dear old friends, remember Navarro. Support the fight against Legion or NCR? Hey, they even have a freaking vertibird. But no supplies for it. They do have these. Look at that, even preserved. That's cool. Bunch of Enclave suits. Never played the old Fallout games, and I had to do that at some point. Alright, we're here.
Sure, take your... Hi there.
Alright.
Glad to see you made it here all right. So, who are we going up against?
What is this place?
This was a minor refueling station for vertibirds. It seemed an appropriate place to stash our equipment if we ever needed it. I'm surprised this place hasn't fallen apart. When I put it into standby mode, I expected to return to it within a few years, not decades.
Are you going to deploy?
Marino, Johnson, Henry, and I will be the boots on the ground. Whitman will stay with the vertibird.
I want you to help the NCR.
Then that's the plan. We're gonna have a problem with Moreno, though. He won't like that we're helping the NCR. You'll have to talk to him.
What's his problem?
Day one. we didn't. Still, I'm not convinced Moreno hates the NCR as much as he thinks he does.
Will he be a liability?
He won't turn on us, but he's a good shot, and I'd hate to do this without him.
Can't you just order him?
I stopped being Moreno's officer a long time ago. Everyone here respects me, but they don't need to follow my orders. Not anymore.
I'll talk to him.
You've got only one chance at this. I know Moreno. Once he's made up his mind about something, there's no changing it.
Is it you?
That
Nope.
tower on the strip popped open like a can and let somebody
Calm down there, buddy.
Mark my words. Some evil's afoot.
Now, where'd he go?
I didn't come all the way out here just
Oh,
so we could
he's
save
upset.
the fucking NCR. I'm out.
The remnants come in, guns blazing, showing the NCR how it's done. You actually don't want that.
I can't believe you've actually talked me into this.
That was easy.
Fine, I'm in. But don't expect me to hold my fire if any NCR troops get in the way.
Thanks for doing this. Getting them all back together again. I'll be honest, when Moreno started going off, I didn't think we'd all be walking out of there in one piece. I still don't know how this is all gonna shake out in the end, but at least the Enclave can atone a bit for all the damage it's done.
You've done your parts.
I've been wondering about Daisy and the others for so long, I still haven't figured out what I should do. I mean, I'm not like them. I was born at Navarro and my father served with them, but I wasn't really part of the Enclave. It seems presumptuous of me to think I could join the fight, even if this is a cause worth fighting for. Because I know when fighting breaks out at the dam, all hell is going to break loose in Freeside. They're gonna need every doctor they can get.
What happens in Freeside won't make any difference if the Legion takes the dam, or... So, if you tell him to go to Freeside, he gives you his personal family power armor, which honestly I don't care. The Legion, honestly I don't care about. It looks cool, but let's have that happen.
Good point. You've been encouraging the others to stand up and fight. Maybe I should take the same advice. After all, I also lived in Navarro. There's something I need to go do, but I'll catch up with you later. Thanks again for your help with the others. It means a lot to me.
Moreno's a stubborn son of a bitch, but he's also tougher than any of us. I'm glad you were able to talk him into staying. Since Whitman will be staying with the Vertibird, she's offered to give her old suit of power armor to you. You'll need special training to use it properly, so talk to her as soon as you get the chance.
I'll talk to her.
The training might take several hours, so keep that in mind.
I wonder if I could be like, hey, I already know it.
That I appreciate you keeping Orion in the group. Since I won't be needing my armor, makes the cockpit a bit cramped, you should take it. It'll take a few hours to show you how to use it properly, so let's get started.
Oh, okay. We're all done.
I can't believe I'm going to help the NCR.
like there's no facial expression because it's a big helmet. The look of resignation on this helmet's face is fantastic. It's the way he turned when he said it.
I can't believe I'm going to help the NCR.
Guess it was nothing.
Alright, come on. Calm down. I know your Brotherhood.
Right behind you.
Just calm down. Whoops. Good robots.
You're listening to Three Dogs.
That was for Auld playing Syne.
The #1 radio station in the Greater Metropolitan Area.
So now we have secured the support of some former Enclave personnel and all their power-armored, plasma-spewing, vertebrate-flying glory.
Like I said, I needed to go do something. This is it. It belonged to my father. Since you convinced me to help out with the defense of Hoover Dam, I figured I'd haul it out of storage. I'm a little rusty with it, but I think I can manage. As long as you got my back, of course. What's up?
What do you think the others will do?
I don't think you need to worry about the specifics. Basically, expect a lot of firepower and dead bodies. Enclave technology is even more advanced than Brotherhood equipment. And in the hands of soldiers as experienced as Moreno and the others, let's just say it's truly a sight to behold.
Okay.
Come back if you need something.
So off he goes to plan with his fellow Enclave personnel. It looks really cool. But let's go ahead and head back to Novak, and then we'll go save... No. Then we'll go save the NCR president.